One bright and colorful morning in magical kitchen town, the kitchen was full of cheerful energy. Warm sunlight streamed through the window and sparkled across the shiny countertops like golden glitter. Inside the fruit basket, the apples, bananas, and strawberries were chatting happily about their favorite desserts while waiting for the day to begin. Just then, the kitchen door creaked open and Candy Monster walked inside rubbing his belly because he was feeling very hungry. Candy Monster loved sweet treats more than anything. Cookies, candy, chocolate, and gummy snacks were his absolute favorites. As soon as he entered the kitchen, he started searching the shelves and jars for something sweet to eat. His eyes quickly scanned the cookie jar, the candy bowl, and the snack drawer. But today, something unusual caught his attention near the corner of the kitchen counter. There, sitting quietly behind a jar of sprinkles, was a small pile of colorful candy crumbs scattered across the countertop. Candy Monster tilted his head in curiosity. Where did these candies come from? He wondered. He slowly leaned closer to inspect the crumbs. The candies were tiny and shiny, like miniature jelly beans and sugar crystals. But what surprised him most was that the candy crumbs were forming a small trail across the counter, almost like a path leading somewhere. Candy Monster followed the trail carefully with his finger. The colorful candy crumbs continued moving across the counter and eventually disappeared behind the fruit basket. Curious as always, Candy Monster gently moved the fruit basket aside. Suddenly, he gasped in surprise. Hidden beneath the basket was a tiny glowing tunnel in the countertop. The tunnel was round and sparkled with colorful candy lights. It looked like a miniature cave made from chocolate and sugar. Tiny jelly candies decorated the entrance like glowing lanterns. Above the tunnel entrance was a tiny candy sign that read, "Candy Tunnel, Secret Path." Candy Monster's eyes widened. A secret candy tunnel inside the kitchen? He whispered. The fruits jumped down from the basket to look. The strawberry bounced excitedly. Wow! It's like a hidden candy world. The banana leaned closer and sniffed the air. Smells like chocolate and caramel, he said. Candy Monster knelt down and carefully peeked into the tunnel. Inside, he could see glowing candy lights stretching far into the distance like a magical underground road. Just then, something small moved inside the tunnel. Tiny candy creatures began appearing at the entrance. They looked like little candy ants made of jelly beans and sugar crystals. Each tiny candy ant carried colorful candy pieces on its back while marching in a neat little line through the tunnel. Candy Monster watched in amazement. Oh, tiny candy workers! The candy ants continued marching out of the tunnel, carrying pieces of caramel, chocolate chips, and sugar cubes. The strawberry giggled. They're building something. Candy Monster carefully followed the candy ants into the tunnel entrance. As he leaned closer, he realized the tunnel connected to a huge underground candy network hidden beneath the kitchen. Inside the tunnel were tiny candy roads, chocolate bridges, and sparkling sugar caves. It looked like a secret candy city underground. The candy ants were building something very important. But suddenly, a loud rumbling sound echoed through the tunnel. The countertop shook slightly. Some candy stones began falling from the tunnel walls. The candy ants ran around nervously. The tunnel was starting to collapse. Candy Monster quickly understood that the candy ants needed help. If the tunnel collapsed completely, their entire candy city would be destroyed. Thinking quickly, Candy Monster carefully grabbed some honey from the table. The sticky honey acted like glue. He gently poured tiny drops along the cracks in the tunnel walls. The honey slowly sealed the cracks. The tunnel stopped shaking. The candy roads became stable again. The candy ants cheered happily. The tiny candy queen, a sparkling jelly bean with a candy crown, stepped forward. "Thank you, Candy Monster," she said in a tiny voice. "You saved our candy tunnel." Candy Monster smiled proudly. The candy ants celebrated by lighting tiny sugar fireworks inside the tunnel, sparkling candy. Lights filled the underground city like a magical festival. After a while, Candy Monster carefully stepped back from the tunnel entrance and placed the fruit basket back in its place so the tunnel would stay hidden and safe. The fruits gathered around him. "Did you really see a whole candy city in there?" the banana asked. Candy Monster nodded with a big smile. "Yes, and they're very busy building something sweet." From that day on, Candy Monster knew that underneath the kitchen, there was a hidden world filled with hardworking candy creatures and magical candy tunnels. And every once in a while, tiny candy crumbs would appear on the counter again, reminding him that the secret candy tunnel was still there. Because in Magical Kitchen Town, even the smallest crumbs can lead to the biggest adventures.